Hey guys, today we are playing with Hyperspeed and pens. I made both of these in one day using Hyperspeed, so I'm going to show you that process. Let's get started. The supplies that I'm using, so these are stainless steel pens. So this morning I just got up and I prepped them using Mattify and the red sanding pad. And then I took them outside and spray painted them, and they've been drying for a few hours in front of the space heater. And now I'm going to use my Hyperspeed as my adhesive for the glitter, and that way I don't have to wait for Mod Podge or glitter glue to dry. I can just go right into the next coat like 10 minutes later. The glitter colors I'm using are White Sands in small, and this is Sleet in small as well. And then of course we've got our Hyperspeed Part A and Part B, and that's all you need. Okay, I'm just gonna mix up a very little bit of Hyperspeed. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 2.5 mils because that is the lowest marker on my cup. Now I'm going to go in up to the 5. So we've got 1 to 1. I'm going to close that up nice and tight. Okay. And now we're ready to mix. I'm going to bring this up closer so you can see. You can see it's a little cloudy. We're waiting for that to clear up, and that's when you know it's thoroughly mixed. You want to scrape the sides really well and the bottom. Hyperspeed should be mixed for about a minute to a minute and a half is all you need. It's been 1 minute, and that is really clear. So I'm just going to stir it maybe a few more seconds just to make sure. So I'm just going to take this on my finger. You do not need much of this at all. I'm going to start with my darker color first, which is Sleet. It's a really pretty navy color. And I'm going to apply with heavier coverage towards the end of the pen and then work down to lighter coverage in the middle to create a nice ombre effect. Then I'm going to go into my gold color, which is White Sands in small. And again, same thing, heavier coverage towards the end, lighter in the middle, just to get a good blend. I had enough working time to go into my second pen. If I had had more pens prepped, I probably could have done 3, possibly even 4 if I had worked quickly enough. You have about 5 minutes of work time with this, so if you're just doing simple glitter colors, it is doable. I'm just applying a really thin coat, just enough to get the glitter to adhere. For my darker color on this one, I've got Desert Rose. It's a burgundy with some rose gold undertones. And then for my lighter color, I chose Calamity Jane, which is one of my favorite Color Flex glitter colors. It's rose gold with flecks of gold in it. It's so pretty. And just doing a simple ombre again. So there we go. I'm going to set this aside for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will come back in and we'll pop them on our turner, and we will apply another layer of Hyperspeed. After 12 minutes, these were ready for their next coat, so I put them on my very makeshift pen turner, and I'm just applying a thick enough coat to cover over the glitter. This was easier to do with the turner stopped, and then I'll just start it here in a minute after I kind of get some good coverage. I could have easily done 4 pens, I think, with 5 mLs, just to give you an idea of how much product it took. I waited a minute and let these spin for a while, and then I went in with my torch to pop any bubbles, and I did do 2 coats. So this was coat number 1. I did a second coat after this before I went in for my sanding. After that second coat on top of the glitter, I waited 2 hours. Hyperspeed is sandable after 2 to 4 hours. So in 2 hours, these were ready to be sanded. I went in with my craft knife and just kind of cleaned out any Hyperspeed that had kind of gotten down in the pin shaft so that it would be easier to assemble. And then I'm just taking my sanding block and cleaning up any rough spots from the glitter. just making sure that that pen is nice and smooth. I did this to both pens before I went in with my final coat of Hyperspeed. All in all, these took 4 coats, 1 to apply the glitter, 2 over that, and then I sanded them, and this was the 4th and final coat. I applied this and then gave them about a minute to level out before hitting them with a torch. And then after they had fully cured, they were ready to be assembled. And here they are, finished in one day.